You slept with your boyfriend brother. But it was an accident though, let me tell you.
Welcome to my stories where the real get told. Love lies, secrets, yeah, never get old. From my life to yours, yeah, we keep it raw. Sit back, tune in, you already know.
Your boyfriend ended up coming to pick you up from your house or whatever. You was staying with your mama and shit, so you couldn't really just have no company. So your boyfriend came and picked you up and y'all ended up going over his house. You and him had ended up getting into it, while you was at his house. And instead of him taking you home, he ended up leaving and going out with the guy. So you ended up calling one of your friends to tell her, to come and pick you up. You wanted to go out for drink. You weren't ready to leave his house because you knew y'all were gonna make up later on. So your friend ended up coming to pick you up. Y'all went out. Y'all went and had some, and you end up returning back to his house before he did. But when you end up unlocking the door and shit, his brother was there. And I was looking at your profile and I saw that you wasn't subscribed. I don't know why. If you are loving these stories, another one is gonna come right after. So go ahead and Okay. I was just making sure. Let's continue. So you drunk as hell. You sitting on the couch. His brother sitting on the couch. And you end up getting up to just go ahead and go take a shower. So his apartment only had one bathroom, but the bathroom wasn't in his room. So you end up, going out in the hallway with your towel on and you walk to the room. You hear his brother like, but you ain't say shit. You ignored it. You went on in the room. You locked the door and you put on your sleeping clothes and shit. When you put on your sleeping clothes, you end up going into the kitchen because you need to drink you some pickle juice. Bitch, you was like having one of them woozy drunk mom. So you went and drunk your little pickle juice or whatever. His brother ended up coming in the kitchen like, my brother out with another girl. You like, what? He like, yeah, man, he out with a girl named Ebony. You like, what? He was like, what ain't what I said? I'm telling you, my brother out with a girl named Ebony. So you end up calling your boyfriend or whatever. He picked up the phone and she told you that he was out with the guy trying to see what you was doing. He ended up apologizing. Y'all had a conversation. He was like, he'll be at home shortly. So you like, you out with a girl? He was like, no, I just told you I'm out with the guys. So you like, okay, you just left it at that because he ain't had no. And his brother could be lying. Because why would you snitch on your brother like that? So bitch, you drunk. Keep that in mind. You end up going to lay down in the bed or whatever, and you feel somebody coming to get in the bed with you mid-sleep. So when your mind, it's your man, you drunk, he start feeling on you, kissing on you, touching on you, rubbing on you, and he end up hitting it from the side. You never really turned around. You bitch, you drunk as fuck, okay? You never turned around. And you remember seeing an image walk out of the bedroom, but again, how you really drunk and like it's dazed, okay? So later on, like more so towards the middle of the morning, you end up rolling over and your man was in bed, right? You like, ooh, babe, that felt good. Can we do that shit again? He was like, what you talking about, babe? Do what again? Which we just did. You just came over, you just made me feel so good. Like, babe, touched you. I've been drunk as fuck. I've been sleep. So you like, what the fuck? He was like, babe, damn, you been having wet dreams about me? He was like, yeah. I must have been dreaming, right? Boom, you and baby end up doing some of whatever he ended up doing when he was doing. You feeling good as hell, moaning loud as a mother. Boom. Bitch, let's fast forward. That morning, you end up getting up because you had to bake some food, some breakfast or whatever. Y'all made up and shit, and he had to go to work in like an hour. So you end up making breakfast, him, you, and his brother. His brother was still there. He slept on the couch. You end up making some breakfast. Y'all eat y'all breakfast or whatever. Bae end up giving you a kiss because he had to go ahead and head to work after he got through with his food. So once he left or whatever, you still sitting at the table working on your toast and shit like that, and you scrolling on your phone. His brother like, so did you enjoy it? He was like, did I enjoy what? He was like, did you enjoy me? Enjoy you what? He was like, you ain't feel me inside of you? What you talking about? He was like, you told me to come on. When I came in, you told me to come on. What the fuck? What is you talking about? He was like, me and you. Me and you. Me and you what? We clicked. That was you. He was like, yeah. The way you was sounding shit, you must have enjoyed it. We had sex. No, we did not. I was like, yes, we did. You enjoyed it. I had to take a little break for just a second to let you know that I make adult treats. If you are a za lover, then you would definitely love my cookies, my brownies, my cereal bars, my brownie jars. I mean, it comes with so much. What I'll do for you, if you're interested, I'm going to put the link to my website down in the description, okay? Okay. Have a good day. What would you do if you found out that you slept with your boyfriend brother? Let's get into the next part. Y'all sitting at the motherfucking kitchen table. At this point, you ain't even hungry. No. He telling you that it was him that got in the bed with you last night or in the middle of the morning or whatever. And you thought the whole time that it was your boyfriend. So you like, oh my God, like, hell nah. Ain't no way I did nothing like that. He was like, yeah, and you liked it too though. He was like, why would you do that? You knew I was drunk. Why would you do that? Like, you wanted me to. What? What the fuck? What made you say that? Like, you came out the bathroom with nothing but the towel on, and you came into the kitchen with your little ass shorts on and your little clothes and shit. You kept on looking at me. You was smelling good and shit. He was like, then I came and knocked on the bedroom door. And I asked you if you wanted some company, if you wanted me to come and lay down. And you told me, yeah. Bitch, I probably thought you was your brother. What the fuck? He was like, nah, man, you knew it was me. You knew it was... No, I did not. I was drunk as fuck. Your brother can't find out about this. It's like, nah, my brother ain't gonna find out about it. It's our little secret. It's between me and you. At that point, you didn't even feel comfortable staying there no more. You end up calling your friend and asked her to come and pick you up to take you back to the house. When she ended up coming to pick you up, she asked you why you was leaving, because it wasn't like you to leave while, you know, he was there, especially this soon. Bitch, you just got over there yesterday. You quiet. This is some shit you still process. This is some shit can't nobody find out about. You ain't even gonna tell your motherfucking best friend. So when you end up getting to your mama, before you get out the car to get your bags and shit, your best friend grabbed your arm. She was like, bitch, is you sure you okay? She was like, yeah, I'm okay. It's like, you sure? Yeah, I'm okay. You end up grabbing your bag and you end up going in the house. Like later on that day, your boyfriend had FaceTime and he noticed that you wasn't at his house no more. You was at home. So he ended up asking you like, what's going on, babe? You know, what happened? Why you go home? My brother called me and told me that you had left. You was like, yeah, my mama wanted me to come back by the house. She wanted me to, you know, wanted us to cook together, whatever. She wanted to have some mother daughter time. You had to just make up some shit or whatever. And he was like, oh, okay, you know, you want me to come back and pick you up when I get off work? He was like, nah, I'm gonna stay at home. He was like, you okay, babe? He was like, yeah, I'm cool. I'm just gonna, you know, I'm gonna kick it with my mama or whatever. So boom. That whole day went by, bitch. You still processing. You still can't believe what the fuck you was just told. And you really don't want to believe what the fuck you was just told. Bitch, you in your room. You rocking. You rocking. What if he found out? What if I got pregnant? Like, you think of every fucking scenario that could possibly happen. He gonna leave. Folks gonna think I'm old. Everything running through your mind. Why his brother called you? You was like, what the fuck you want? He was like, look, I'm sorry. I thought that you wanted me to. I asked you. You said, yeah. I don't want you to think like I took something from you. Technically, I feel like you did. I feel real motherfucking violated right now because I did not know that was you. I did not know that was you. Boom. He apologized. He was like, I never tell my brother. You ain't got to tell my brother. My brother ain't gonna never find out about it. But I do want to let you know that it was true what I told you. He was out with a girl named Ebony last night. I wouldn't give a fuck if he was out with Ebony, Peaches, and Sahara. That's not something that you were supposed to do. He was like, oh, well, I'm sorry. I apologize. You just hung up the phone. After what happened with his brother, you don't even give a damn if he was out with a girl named Ebony. You gonna just keep that to yourself. So later on that day when your boyfriend got off, he ended up popping up at your mama's house, came and knocked on the door, and he had some roses in his hand. He was like, did you leave because you still mad at me from yesterday? You was like, no, babe, I'm not mad at you from yesterday. Like, it ain't like you to just leave the house. I was looking forward to coming home and seeing you. He was like, come back over there with me, please. So you was like, okay, because technically he ain't did shit. You don't know if he was out with a bitch named Ebony for real. So boom, you end up packing you a bag or whatever, you know, change your clothes and shit like that, and you end up getting in the car with him, and y'all end up going to like a little fair that was going on, a little local fair, a little small fair, whatever. Y'all walked around, y'all rode some rides, y'all ate some food, but bitch, you were still processing what the fuck happened in the middle of the morning. It was all in your face. You wasn't saying shit, but it was all in your fucking face. Later on that night, when y'all had got back to the house, the babe was taking him a shower, and he had left his phone on the bedside table in his room, and you was, you know, sitting up in the bed, you was reading you a book and shit. Somebody had texted him, named Ebony, Eboni. So you open it up. She was like, I had so much fun with you. You crazy as hell when you get drunk. I know you got a girlfriend, but I like you. I know you told me that, you know, you ain't gonna cheat on your woman and this was just a one-time thing, but, you know, I really like you. So he was out with a bitch named Ebony last night. Let's fast forward a few days, because now you kind of over the shit. Y'all ain't gonna say shit. This a secret that y'all gonna keep. But, bitch, you really feel bad about what the fuck happened, but you really feel like that you should say something to your boyfriend, but you don't want the brother to switch it up. You know what I'm saying? So you just didn't say nothing. You didn't say shit about the Ebony text message either. But boom, y'all sitting on the motherfucking couch and shit, and he ended up getting a phone call, and you end up glazing over there. A great look, you know what I mean? You looked over there and you saw that it was the girl named Ebony. But he hurry up and tried to black the screen out. You was like, who was that? He's like, oh, that wasn't nobody. That was just my homeboy. Your homeboy named Ebony, babe? turned around and he looked you in your face. Like, babe, last night, me and the homeboys did go out. But one of my old friends named Ebony, I ended up seeing her out at the bar and shit. And we ended up kicking it. My homeboys left and it was just me and her. And, you know, we ended up kicking it. I did go back to her house, but I promise you I ain't do nothing. You went back to her house? Like, but I ain't do nothing. She wanted to. I almost, but I didn't. I didn't do nothing. We was just mad at each other. I had been drinking and shit. She ended up inviting me over, asking me if I wanted some coffee before I came home. So I took up on her offer, babe, because I was really drunk. We ain't do nothing, though. She tried, but I didn't do nothing. I promise.
Let me see your hands. Wave them at them bitches hating on you with their friends. Girl, you got it.